Before we get going in today's episode, I thought it would be an interesting idea just to see how all our old teams are getting on. See if because we tried to do our best there. We had the 3 teams in Luxembourg and then in Ukraine. So we're going to have a quick look. If you're not interested about the other teams, you probably just skip ahead 5 minutes. But let's have a look at how we as a manager are getting on. We have our C licence. We've got a new 2-year deal in the January transfer window. I can't not say it. Nice cheeky pay rise, $2,500 a week, which I'm sure I'll forget to update in the intro, but that's fine. Just brush over that. I've got basic knowledge of Sweden, and not a bad little there. No, not bad. I'm just forgetting Ukraine already. I'm just like, no, it's gone. It's an interesting. I never quite understand that. I remember having a go about this in the previous Journeymans. Adaptability, which is your ability as a manager to work in other countries. And it's always crap, despite me being successful wherever I've been, which is weird. Loyalty to players, domestic players is at 50%. Reputation is now almost 2.5 star. So let's have a look overall. I have spent £1.7 million on 66 players and sold £1.7 million on 46 players. Highest fee paid is obviously 300k for JJ and a big sale there as well. We have total career earnings of 350 grand. Not too bad. If we go into our job history, we're going to check out how the teams are doing. So obviously first place to go is Luxembourg, and we're going to see if all 3 teams firstly are still in the same division. I'm assuming Dudeland are, but we'll check. So they're just about to start a new season, so we'll jump back one. Looks like they're all there. So Dudeland last season won the league. Remember, only pro club by 23 points. 1 draw and 1 loss. They are just going to dominate forever. Look at this, though. Look at this. Oderstrassen have always been around that sort of 3rd to 7th area, challenging. But Wiltz, a brilliant season, coming 4th spot. So, who were we first? We were at Wiltz first, weren't we? I'm going to go with yes. Doesn't really matter. I just want to see if the club's okay financially and stuff. If we set them up for it, I'll probably. Braddy's there. Go on, Brad. Oh. So he came on a free, and then we took him to Unerstrassen, and then he went to Titus, Patang, and then has come back home. Well, home Swift, but that's cool. But I just want to see how they're doing as a club. Secure finances, 4 stars. That's how we roll. Their media prediction is to come 8th. Agovic is still there. He's captain. That's very cool. So it looks like they're doing well. They battled for a few seasons against relegation, and they've just slowly made a solid climb. Very cool. Very cool. Well done, Wiltz. Glad to see. I want all of them to do well. But I don't think we've not been at a club this year that we've hated. It's happened in previous Journeymans. It'll probably happen in this one as well. So Unerstrassen. Let's have a look. How you doing, boys? Again, secure finances. Media prediction is 3rd. Their history, as we said, they've just been really solid. 11th, then they came up to 8th, 6th, 5th, then they dropped to 8th. Last season coming 4th. Absolutely superb. No, I don't remember many of the players. Is that the Agovic? Different one. Biderman. The Biderman is still there. I was really excited when we signed him. Looks crap, doesn't he? I know it's a lesser side, but I remember them being better than they actually are. How's he done? Not banging in goals. I wonder if he's actually playing as a striker, though, because he's pretty versatile. He did great in our first season, and then he's done all right. He's been a consistent performer. Fabian Fish, another one of our German players. Worth it just for the name. Nobody else jumps out. I'm probably sure I'll get comments about a legend that I've completely forgotten. I I remember him. Didn't we pick him up before we went? Yeah. He's been a solid player. Does that mean they're in Europe this season if they finish third? Dynamo Minsk. They got beaten by... They beat Bangor City. Nice. And then they lost against Dynamo Minsk quite handily. But that should have given them a bit of money. I wonder, because the next thing, they're semi-professional. If you can get into those qualifiers and do all right regularly, they might be the next team to go professional. But good to see them still doing absolute bitties. I'm just going to have Doodlands because where's the season preview? I just want to see if anybody else is... So Progress is probably the most likely. No, they're semi-professional still. So it is just Doodlands. So how Doodlands? Obviously, they got the Champions League qualifiers again this season. How do they get on? They lost against Seneca. Is that a Slovakian side? Yeah. How the fuck did I know that? Just randomly bit of information. They lost against Seneca, but they beat... I have no idea where this is. Okay, Faroe Islands. Okay, so it's a good job they beat them. So that was in the Europa League qualifiers, and they've just drawn at home 0-0 against Olympia Ljubljana, who are Slovenian. So they got a chance. How are they doing financially? This is okay financially, because it's always a risk. It's a small league. Ryan Babel is their manager. The Babster. Fucking hell. I'm assuming they've won the league every... Yeah. Look at that. Domination. Absolute domination. What about the cup, the winners? Okay. Ulstrassen. Only twice. Not exactly domination in the cup. But at least they're not dodgy financially. They look like they've... Because you are still in goal, which is good news. Lots of changes, though. There's a few I recognise, like Sinani and stuff, but there's been a lot of changes. I wonder what sort of money they're spending. So they sold... They sold him to Panathinaikos. 215 grand. Martins Pereira. They should have kept him. He scored 10 goals last season from centre mid. Why did you... He might have wanted to leave or had a year left on his contract or something like that. 79 caps for Luxembourg already. Like, I'd take him at our current side. I'll just put him on the transfer list just in case. He's not like a world beater for us, but he'd still get in the side. But they made no... So sold 207... bought 275k... Sold 300k. Last season, they spent 375k all on one player. I like to see it. Oh, he's 17. Wow. That's worse than me, isn't it? With JJ, that is. They bought him last year, so he was like 16 or 15 years old when they signed him. Jesus. Did all right. I feel like he should have played more games. He's not that good, though, is he? Can't finish, but he's more attacking. He's got passing visions. He's all right. Very youngster. 17 determination is good. Just one. Could go back one more year. Net spend about 200k. So they're doing bits. So they're not really. I don't see them. The Cinnamon. I don't see them until they get into like. The Champions League, maybe not the Champions League group stage, but another Europa League run. That is where, if you can get into the group stage, that is where you're guaranteed a shit ton of money. And I think that's what they need to do to take the next step up, and that will help with their reputation and all that sort of stuff. They've got a chance. And then finally, we've got to go and check out Dnipro-1. Oh, that's not how you spell it, is it? So... Mudders, Koguts. Some of the old names are still there. So they are insecure financially. That's not a surprise, is it? That's definitely not a surprise. Good facilities and all that sort of stuff. How are they doing? How did they do last year? So that's when we won. That's when we got promoted. and we left them, I think they were about 5th, weren't they, or something like that when we left them. So they finished a really solid 8th in the league, which is fine. You just need to survive in this league, but they've started off the season absolute poorly. I wonder if they've had those Mudders. Go on, Mudders. Lots of loanies. I suppose it makes sense. If you're trying to cut back the wages and stuff, that does make sense. Have they had to sell? Oh, that's why. Look, sold $1 million. Tomacek. They've had to sign. Look at that. What a pickup that is. They've had to sign to sell a bunch of their players. I wonder if it was the same last season. Is this us? Who the fuck are Motors EP? The Ukrainian Amateur League. Okay. Maybe they linked together. That was us, wasn't it? Panini. So they've made cash. They've made almost 900,000 in the transfer window. That's about all they could do, really, isn't it? Jagny's back on loan. Nipples. You can tell it's when I do a transfer window. You can see what's gone on. Did we sell him? We must have sold him, didn't we? I'm looking at the wrong bloody season. Just ignore all of that shit. That was us. That was us doing bits. So when we left, right, we knew that there was massive debt and we had to sell up and all that sort of stuff. But the AI's gone, no. We're going to speculate to accumulate. We're going to spend 350k. Did we spend this or did the AI spend it? I can't remember when we left. But this season, they've done nothing. They've loaned 3 players out and loaned 9 players in. They've not signed a single or sold a single person. I started that off with all my loans from Dynamo and Shakhtar, didn't I, really? But I worry for them. We'll keep an eye on this. It's 2.5 stars. It's insecure. How's Igor doing? He was a solid player. He's worth 2.1 million. Maybe this is the time to sell your key asset. Because surely that would dig you out of most of the hole you're in. He's got 2 years left on his deal. If we were a really rich club, I might... Mudders is worth 2.4, lads. Just saying. How much did he cost me? Is that nothing? Nothing. Yeah, I thought so. Maybe sell one of them, I think, is to get there. Kodratenko, how's he doing? He was developing... He was scoring more than his numbers showed. Dorenko, how's he doing? He's looking like a decent young player. So they've kept like most of the main guys. Like Kozlov, Kogut, Dorenko, Mudders. But they've got a shit ton on loan. They've loaned a shit ton out. So it's going to be a very bitty side, isn't it? Oh, the Armenian legend is still there. It's valued at 450k. There's some high value players in this. I'd cull quite a few of them and just try and survive. Right. There we go. Hope you liked that look back. Sorry, I got a bit mixed up for a second because, you know, I'm stupid and old. So let's get into the episode. We've done a transfer window. We've signed players and spent actual money. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome back to the Journeyman. I know at the intro bit I said if you don't want to know the history of the other clubs, skip 5 minutes. Turned out to be like 12 minutes long. That's just how I roll. Right, we've had a very interesting transfer window. We're still not closed. We've got a game on transfer deadline day. We've also played some games, but I'm going to take you through the transfers. First off, we're about to sell Jakob Johansson for 225,000. He is our right back. I was probably going to keep him. He's okay. He's not spectacular, but we do need the money. And as soon as they started sniffing about, he was like, hand in a transfer request. I rejected it. Literally a day later, hand in a transfer request, rejected it, hand in and then they put a bid on deadline day. And I'm like, you know what, fuck off. Right, we've got other players that can play there. Just fuck off. But we've also invested a little bit of money We've spent 300 of the £1,000. We also sold. Where do we sell? Cole, who I never really liked. He's a decent player, but he's zero finishing ability, which is a bit annoying for a striker. And if we were going to play him further back, he can't pass for shit. So he's just not got. He's got gaps in his game. Let's just call it that. So we got 80 grand for him. Plus we're going to make that 220 grand. So 300 grand in sales in the January transfer window. 300 grand in purchases. Job done. First off, we got Anthony Gordon from those blue-nosed bastards in Liverpool, Everton. This kid is amazing for us. He looks very serious. He looks about like one of the baddies from Star Wars. But he's amazing. I couldn't believe we picked him up. We're paying him a big wage, 2.6k a week. He's got a release clause of about 2.5 million, I think, which is fine by me if somebody wants to pay 2.5 million for him. 23 years old, 5-star potential, 4-star current ability. More importantly, can play as a forward, so it gives us a bit of depth there. Can play on the left as an inside forward, which is another role we use. Also can play as an attacking midfielder. So he fits 3 jobs. So I was like, as soon as he was available, I was like, gobble, gobble, gobble. And then, obviously, he got injured. He twisted his ankle. A little bit annoying, so we won't be seeing him today. Next up, his name's not the Hammer, but his name is... Was it Jacob Frederick? What was his name? I can't remember. Frederick Hammer, now known as the Hammer. 200,000. I've overspent a little bit, but I wanted to get a more defensively minded centre mid because we have all these playmakers and he's a bit of more of a ball winning midfielder, and also it weakens Djurgårdens, who are a good team, so it's double win. And he's a very good youngster, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, only 23, so he's still going to improve, and he's going to be our ball winning midfielder. Just solid across the board. Not the most spectacular player, but does a job. Plays short, simple passes, comes deep to get the ball, plays 1-2s, arrives late in the opponent's area, avoids using his weaker foot, which is both. But that's fine as well. And we also got Morgan Adolfsson on loan from the same team, just as a bit more of a backup in that central mid. And finally, we bought Edgar Altenhoner, however you pronounce that, from Wolfsburg for 100k. Again, another just solid all-round player, but he's only 18 years old. This is one my scouts found randomly for me, and I'm like, actually, decent player. We could develop him into a good ball-winning midfielder. His passing ain't too bad as well. His vision's decent. Where's his first touch gone? First touch is good as well. Good physically. Only 18 years old. So I kind of see these couple of players as good investments that hopefully will increase in value, and then we maybe can sell them on in a couple of seasons' time, because we are in a bit of a hole. This is before the 200 grand gets in there, but obviously we've just had a 2-month winter break where we're paying all our players, not playing any football, so it hurts a little bit. Our projection is 1.9 million at the end of the season. It went downhill really quickly, randomly, didn't it? But in the league, we are doing absolute superbly well. So if we get in a European spot, it's all golden. It's all golden. We've played a few games since we've been back, because despite having a 2-month break, they don't open the transfer window in that window. Which would, it makes almost too much sense to do it, doesn't it? Like, why would you do the obvious thing that makes sense? No. We'll wait until the season then kicks off again, then have a transfer window. So we played a few games. We came back and lost to Hammarby 1-0. We beat Örebro 1-0. Vaca getting another goal from that number 10 position. Falkenberg's a 1-1 draw. J with the early goal. He had a bit of a goal drought, but he's back in the goals. And Yanati got a 93rd minute penalty, which I really enjoyed. Fun. Norrköping, we beat them. We lost 2-0. Dreadful game of football. Don't know what really happened. But then we bounced back with a very impressive win over Kalmar with an own goal. And then we beat Elfsborg 2-0. John, if you're worried, that's the centre-back we already had. His name is John Etnjani, which I just have no idea. So I'm calling him John. It's a lot easier. And an own goal is El Hadji Kane. Love child of El Hadj Diouf and Harry Kane. So, let's get on with it today. We are playing Bromma Pokyarkana. Okay, I'm going to call them West Bromma. We're playing West Bromma in the league. Things are looking good. The league isn't that long, so we've only got that many games left. You do the math. So I'm pretty... We've got 30 games, so we've only got 11 games left of the season. We're in a good position, but it is very close. We could easily drop out. But there's even a small chance we might win the fucking league, lads. Although, just looking now, that they've got 3 games in hand. So, yeah, European spot is definitely doable. Anderson's taken a knock. We'll bring in... Let's give Adolfson a game. Unfortunately, as I said, our new signing, Gordon, is out with a twisted ankle. He's got a twisted ankle. And we've got the new guy in. I won't be... No, he's not a centre-back, is he? Come on now. It's optimistic. We're going to be training him as a ball-winning midfielder. And we'll put him on the bench. You've got 77%. That's fine. You can play 30 seconds for the end of the game. It's good. Number... Let's pick one. Let's pick one for him. I'm going to give him 2 fat ladies, 88. He's going to be like Trent Alexander-Arnold with his 66. Keep it forever until I forget and do auto number next season and he's given a different number. Right. Come on, boys. Playing old West Brom. Tony Pulis isn't in charge. So what we need AIK to do is lose all 3 games in hand and then also lose a few more games in the 11 games that we've got left. It's an ask, but if you don't ask, you don't get. Apparently, Sweden has been downgraded in the European rankings, meaning that previously, top team Champions League qualifiers, second team... Go on, JJ. He's done it! It's done it! He scored on a YouTube video! A sensational solo strike, 10th of the season for the youngster. I always said he was good, didn't I? I always said he was good. Yeah, so the second team got into the Europa League, like 3rd qualifying round, and then 3rd and 4th were in like the 1st qualifying round. But they've downgraded those now, so the second team goes in at the 1st qualifying round as well as the 3rd, 4th, something like that. But that doesn't... It's a shame. It means, obviously, Sweden's not doing fantastically well in Europe, but we'll fix that in a season or 2. We're going to be the surprise. Imagine if we got Doodlange in a qualifier for the Champions League. Go on the hammer. Driving forward. Not the crispest of balls there, but that's not really what he's there for. We're going to get it back, though. Mo Salah. Adolfson. Okay, Vaca plays it out. Salah volleys it across JJ. Vaca's there. No. Oh, no. Come on. Oh, mistake. Bjarnason. Vaca takes a touch. Oh, he's got to score that, though, hasn't he? He's got to score that. Where are all West Brom? Okay, they're battling for relegation. AIK are not winning. Bjarnason. He's hit the post. He's hit the post. Shame is, Bjarnason's 33 years old, so I'm not sure if he's going to get a new contract at the end of the season, which will be sad, because I can't say Bjarnason. I want AIK to... Oh my God, they're losing. My dreams are coming true. We're equal points with champions. Forget the games in hand. We're equal points at the top of the league. We're basically top of the league. Good dominating performance, lad. Not really gave them a chance. I like it. Keep it up. How's the old fitness levels? Morrow. It's not done great. He started off the season pretty well, then had a pretty bad injury, and he's just been a bit shit, really. I need him to find that form. Let's check out Get Creative. Yeah, come on. I so want to play Doodlange in a Europa League qualifier. Or get him in the groups. No, we wouldn't get him in the group stage, would we? Because we'd be 4th seeds, and so would they. Assuming that we get into Europe at all. I feel like I may be speaking a tiny bit ahead of myself. Because you know what when that happens, it's like the kiss of death. Adolfson's done all right. Little ripple. Son of Adolf. Not an ideal surname. We're going to make it 2-0. God, JJ, show him what you got. Show him what you got. Little flicked header onto the post. Basically, that's a brace, isn't it? That's almost as close as a brace as you're going to get. He's broken the YouTube duck. That's all we needed. And let's just see it to the end. Probably should have scored at least one more goal. The fridge from downtown. Might as well have a go. There's only 10 seconds left. There we go, boys. Good performance. I'm a little bit worried about finances. I'm thinking if we get European football, then that will massively help, of course. But also, because we got promoted last season, hopefully any renegotiating of any sponsorships and stuff, we should get a big jump in sponsorships and everything like that, or a decent-sized jump at least. So I'm hoping... Go on, the hammer! That's what he's there for! Just kill the man! So I'm hoping next season's finances are looking a little bit sweeter. I don't... it's not disappointing. It's a good win. I can't remember. Is there any... I don't know. Is there any prize money? Let's just say we finish second, for argument's sake. We get £500,000. That is pretty fruity. So I'll take that. Even if, let's say, we finished top 4, £250,000. That's quite a jump, though, isn't it? That's actually quite important. Okay. JJ shines. There you go. You can all say you were here when you saw JJ smash his first goal in. There he goes. He's gone. 275. Judge Gardens have got some of that. I get 27 grand. It's fine. You can have 27 grand. Enjoy yourselves. Right, there we go, my friends. We're going to probably skip on a bit now. I'm not worried about the cup because it's going to go over the course of next season anyway. So if we're still in it by next season, then we'll worry about it. You know, the reputation would be nice and probably a little bit of money, but we'll worry about that when it comes to it. I think we'll probably come back probably for the last 4 games of the season now. Want to get through this season. How would be a 3rd, 4th, aren't they? And then we've got Malmo. 10th! They are good. I'm not going mental, am I? Malmo are supposed to be a good side, or have they been crap recently? No, they're favourites. By them and AIK are, wow, they are having a shocking season. Do we go for the Malmo job? I think they've just signed a new manager. Because I got some random message about it. Wonder if we jump ship. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We're like the evil Loki now in this year's Journeyman. It's like, oh, better club in the same league. Fuck off. Right, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.